Hello and welcome back to Oh shit. Hello there and welcome back to Enigmatic Retro Rewind. It's been a while, but I thought I'd come back with another Argos Retro Shopping List. So I did 1983 last time. Bloody hell! Look at him, has he got anything on? So let's just go on for another year, 1984. I'm doing the spring, I'm sticking with the spring-summer catalogues at the moment because it's that time of year. It's, you know, I want to see what summery stuff they've got. So just like before in every other episode, I'm looking for a snazzy watch. I'm looking for a bit of tech, like maybe music tech, like a hi-fi, personal stereo, and a toy, of course. A little cheeky Orville in the corner. Wish I could fly right up to the sky, but I can't. You can, Orville. And a game, whether that's a board game or a video game. So let's see what we've got in the Argos catalogue 1984.
Shopping for the names you can really trust, it's so easy. Want to pay less? Well, you know you can just take it easy. Argos makes life easy for you. Choose at home, that's what you do. It's so easy. A simple way to choose, come and put it to the test. Shopping's easy. Argos cuts the cost for you. The catalogue's free and easy to take it easy.
Pick up the new free Argos catalogue now.
It's so easy.
So here we go, 1984 spring summer. There's the cover there. I mean, so I've started the year I was born. I'm not going to remember any of these until it probably gets to the mid to late 80s. So it's just going to be interesting what was kind of popular within my lifetime, but not something I can really remember. It's an odd feeling because now and again you see something and you're like, yeah, I kind of remember that. I'm aware of that, even though I was really too young to experience it. Right, so shall I just browse or shall I actually look for the glossary? Because there's sometimes you find some golden nuggets if you just browse in. These guys here look pretty happy with their luggage. Look at those 80s haircuts. What fantastic. I mean, they look like something straight out of Stranger Things, those two. But a lot plainer. Everything's vibrant in Stranger Things, but you forget that everything was quite beige in the 80s. It's not actually like neon. Oh, going into cameras. See, camera could be my tech option, but I don't tend to go for cameras. Oh, I remember these. They were massively popular. The oblong shaped, very thin cameras that just, you know, produced a pretty crap image, to be honest. But they were very handy. There's a bit there, like a picture there of it being clipped onto your belt, because they're just quite compact, to be honest. Oh, binoculars. I loved, why is it when you're a kid, everyone's obsessed with binoculars? My granddad had a really good pair, and I used to use them all the time. His garden, my grandparents' garden had like, just looked out onto fields, and I could just use binoculars and look right into the distance into these fields. But it's just something I'm just not interested in now. Look at these guys. What's weird about these, in their robes, she's got the long dressing gown and he's got the cropped dressing gown. I would have thought it would be the other way around. It's strange how fashions change. I mean, nowadays the woman's dressing gown is always quite short a lot of the time, unless it's a, you know, a toweled big cuddly one. But no, in the 80s, it's the men that had the short dressing gowns. Odd. Don't remember that at all. Right, so we're going to shavers now. Not interested in those. Bloody hell! Again, the 80s with their sex sells policy. This is like a naked woman there. It's it is advertising like a solarium, like a small sunbed. it's not even a bed, sun bed. It's just like literally like a heater that you just put in front of your body and tan yourself. It comes with a little stand that you can just raise it up. But the woman isn't even in a bikini, she's just naked. Right, so here we are. We're at watches, and of course, straight into Casio, the popular choice of the 80s. Now, last time, I tend to get seduced by Timex watches. I tend to go for them. The Timex Indiglo was an actual, one I went for all the time as a kid. But Casio is also good. The metal Casio ones, I think I even thought they were tacky then. There's a few more. I'm never into the flashy watch, that's the thing. Like, I don't want a gold watch. It's not really anything that's jumping out at me though. Let's go for, I think that's one that I would have liked as a kid. It says jogging on it. It looks like something sort of Michael Knight from Knight Rider would have, I guess, if it lit up red. Let's go with that one. So that's number 7. So what does it say about, so number 7, Casio LCD Joggers Watch, resin case and strap, features normal time, day, date and month, daily alarm and hourly time signal. That was something that people loved at school. Everyone wanted it to like ping every hour. That'd be dead annoying now. How annoying would that be to have a watch that constantly alerted every hour? It's just, I loved it as a kid though. Has jogging pace signal, timer and 1/100th second stopwatch. I would have loved that as a kid, so I'm definitely going with that. That's $15.95. So we'll pop that in the inflation calculator at the end, add it all up and see what I'm spending, what if I bought all this today. So we've got the watch. Now we've got some tech. We've got to find some tech. I'm just going to keep scrolling through. It's a lot of fun just browsing through. Oh, those! My grandma, my nan, had those soup bowls. My nan loved Argos, so I didn't realise that she might have got them from Argos. That's brought back so many nice memories. Those soup bowls with the old-timey soup bowls with the type of soup and recipe on the bowl printed. I totally forgot about them until I saw that. It's fantastic. This is why I love doing these videos. So much like warmth. It's a nostalgia that gives you a lot of warmth and comfort. That's why you gotta browse, because even though I'm not looking for that kind of thing, I wouldn't have found it if I'd gone straight to the section. And that's how I found some of the funniest stuff as well, by just scrolling through. Retro coffee makers. Sophie and I, my partner, she had one of those from her parents. We had it for ages when we first started going out. It finally packed up, so we had to get a modern one, but we had a proper bulky 80s coffee maker. It was fantastic. This guy here, shaving, looking at himself in an intense manner. Yeah, I'm fantastic. I'm so handsome. So we're into typewriters, so I'm assuming it's going to get more techie now. Calculators. Everyone at school wanted scientific calculators. And the more complicated the better, and you don't know how to use any of the buttons other than the standard calculator buttons, but you just didn't, it didn't matter. Everyone was like in competition of like, I want the most buttons on my calculator. You get kids bringing in like a massive calculator with like about 100 buttons on it. Never gonna use them all. Never gonna use them all. Oh my God, these personal stereos look so perfectly 80s. Oh, I've got to have one of these. These Philips ones look fantastic. Philips F1131 Music Center. I might have that bad boy. Number 5. Where's that? Oh, that's actually a record player. These are like record and cassette combined. What about like TVs and stuff? We're into TVs now. Right. Oh my god, VHS players in 1984. It was so expensive. I'm gonna pick one just because I'm curious of how much that is in today's money. Right. So I'm gonna go for, some of these, they look great, but I don't like the Amstrad brand though. Oh, there's only 2 actually. There's 3. Ferguson. I'm gonna go for the Sharp one. Looks quite nice. Even though I don't really like that brand, but there's no good brands here. Never heard of Ferguson. Sharp I've heard of, Amstrad I've heard of, but they never did really good stuff, to be honest. I like that one. The Sharp front loading. So what is that? That is number 2. Sharp VC381H video cassette recorder. VHS microcomputer controlled video with large, easy to operate controls. Features automatic front cassette loading system, high-speed video search, and noiseless still frame functions. Still frame. 7-day 1 event programmable timer, and 24-hour fluorescent display. And the fluorescent display is a feature. Oh my god, that is so adorable. Can record one program whilst another is being watched. God, in 1984, that's pretty fantastic actually. Right, so that is £449 in 1984. Right, let's put that down. So I've got the tech now. I'm curious, that's going to be probably £1,000, gotta be. So I'm moving on to I might go to games next, because it's gone from, because it's still on tech, it's gone from like into video games now. So I possibly might pick a video game if they haven't got a decent board game selection. So, but because it's 84, it's only really got Atari on offer and ColecoVision. I've got no nostalgia for those really. So let's skip video games. We've not got to the sweet spot yet. Oh, they've got Commodore 64 in here though. Come on.
I'm more alive than ever before. I've been to my Commodore 64. My friends are knocking down my door to get into my Commodore 64.
It's mind-boggling. Commodore 64 lets you play hundreds more games than any video machine, plus draw, program, even do music.
I'm more alive than ever before, and my friends are knocking down my door. 'Cause now we're into so much more. We're into our Commodore 64.
Shall I go for a Commodore 64? This is gonna be expensive shopping list. I think I might have to go for the Commodore 64. Oh yeah, look at the games. Always played Commodore. I never had a Commodore 64. I was a Spectrum kid, but I had a friend who had a Commodore. I had a few people that I knew who had Commodore 64s. I used to go around and play them for hours. So I'm going to pick the Commodore 64 as my game. Surely that would come with tech really, but it's no. I'm doing it. So Commodore 64 home computer, 64K RAM, sprite graphics, 16 colors with 255 border background combinations, 9-octave music synthesizer with 3 voices plus a white noise generator which produces sound and percussion effects, high resolution graphics, 320 by 200 pixels. Bloody hell. Ports for joystick, paddles and light pen, full size 66 key professional QWERTY keyboard with 62 predefined graphics characters, video output, monitor and TV input output, cassette port and serial peripheral bus, additional software features, CPM option, external ROM cartridge slot. That's so much information. And that's £199. It's cheaper than the video recorder, which is interesting. So I've got my game. No board game this time. I'm going for it straight into the tech because it's got the Commodore 64 in there, and I've just been totally seduced by it. Oh, this is very board game heavy, which is cool. No high resolution pictures though. Oh, got loads of Star Wars toys. Loads of Star Wars toys in here, which I loved. Star Wars Return of the Jedi as well. That was my favourite Star Wars film as a kid. So I might have to go with something Star Wars. But they've got 18 figures. Oh, no way. I'm going for... Oh, these are all brilliant. Action Force. He-Man. Masters of the Universe. No, my reaction for 18 was winning. So let's go with... Oh, is that a set of 2? Oh, that really big Mr. T is awesome. What number's that? Yeah, the Dungarees Mr. T. Number 10. He's really cool. Mr. T 12-inch figure from the A-Team. $7.95. That is my toy pick. Straight in there, no messing around. I've done my list now, but I'm always a bit curious about what is in the rest of the catalogue, even though I've sort of done it. So I'm just going to a quick little browse to the end. I mean, this is gold, for example. I've got a Postman Pat ride-on thing there. I mean, that's fantastic. What else we got? Look at this girl here. I know they're actually splashing each other, but it looks like she's just like farting on him, like, have a bit of this. Ugh. Spider-Man tent. Oh, there's a dinghy there. I loved dinghies as well. When I was a kid, we had a dinghy at my Gran's house. That she lived on Milford-on-Sea, which is basically right on the bottom of the coast, the south coast, and it kind of faces the Eiffel Tower. It faces the Isle of Wight, so you can see the Isle of Wight from her lawn. And you could just hop over the road, and you were basically like on the beach. And she had a dinghy there. We never really used it in the sea much, just now and again. We used to just get in it in the garden, and like she had a grass bank at the end of her front lawn. We should just slide down the bank in a dinghy. It's absolutely brilliant. You don't need water for a dinghy. You just go down a grassy hill. God, some of the best times of my youth, just in that dinghy, sliding down a grass bank. This guy, he looks like a proper Chuck Norris villain. Like he would be fighting Chuck Norris in like the early 80s. Oh wow, Arnold Schwarzenegger branded exercise equipment. Like, anything else interesting in this catalogue before we close out? Now it's getting to the glossary now. So that is it for Spring Summer Argos 1984. Okay, so we've got the list. I've picked out all my items. So let's go into the inflation calculator and see how much it would be if I bought this stuff today. Okay, so let's put the date in. So it'd be, oh, you can even put the month in with this. So Okay, let's just put the month we're in. July 1984. Okay, so right, Casio watch, 1595. I think you have to round it up. 1595. Oh, it just rounds it up. So 16. So that's £61 for the watch. Right. The video recorder is ridiculous. I can't wait to see how much this is in today's money. My God. In 1984, if you wanted a decent video recorder, it'd set you back 1,718 in equivalent. Like if you that kind of money in today's money, that's how much you were shedding from your bank account back then. To put it into perspective, wow. This is an expensive shop. Oh my God. The Commodore 64 is 761, and this is hopefully going to be a bit cheaper. So Mr. T is 795, which is probably going to round up. I'll put it in, the whole thing in. £8, so it's 31 quid. Action figures, it might seem like action figures are a lot nowadays, but with inflation, it's about right, to be honest. Like a big, but mind you, that is a 12-inch action figure, so it's not like your little tiny ones. A decent action figure, so 31 quid. Right, so I'm going to add this up. This is expensive. It's just really expensive. Oh my God. £2,571 if I bought all that now. My God. That's crazy. I'll tell you what though, I mean, the C64 is kind of alright, like in terms of that price for a computer, like 700 quid. But the video recorder really surprised me. I knew they were expensive, but I just didn't think they were like close to £2,000 in 1984. I suppose most people started to get video players more in the 90s, didn't they? It's really expensive to have them in the 80s. Crazy. So, what was your favourite of my picks today? And did you see anything else that caught your fancy? Let me know in the comments. I've been Harvey Retro, and I'll see you in the future talking about the past. Take care.